Roar loud and proud, my cubs! Hey guys, it's Tiger Cry, and today I've decided to do something besides speed paints. I'm showcasing my voice and talent in Destiny 2 with the new Forsaken update and DLC. As a fair warning, I do naturally talk fast, and I have a stammer. So I've probably done this voiceover about 10 times already. So if any of you guys have a hard time understanding what I am saying, then please leave a comment down below and I can fix it by redoing the voiceover. There will be mistakes and stumbles and stammers due to the fact that I'm still learning and working out the kinks. However, that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today I wanted to highlight and talk about the new Hunter Void subclass with the new Forsaken DLC and update, Way of the Wrath. I personally have Way of the Wrath, and it's my favorite. It literally makes you a ninja. The point of the whole class is basically to be a ninja. And the reason I say that is because this entire class is more geared towards stealth than blunt force. Not to mention, it's also a mirrored off version of the first Blade subclass for the Hunter in Destiny 1. I cannot remember what the name is for the life of me though. So if one of you guys could help me, that'd be great, and just leave what the title of that particular thing is in the comments, because I seriously can't remember and I can't find it anywhere. My favorite thing, however, in this entire subclass, and this entire little tree inside the Void subclass, is indeed flawless execution. It is the entire reason why I actually unlocked it, because, in my opinion, it makes the game so much better and even just easier. Your character goes invisible for 9 seconds. You have a special true sight that also works for 9 seconds. And then there will always be a 9-second buff that appears on the left-hand side of my screen, like it does periodically throughout the video. You'll see it. It says Flawless Execution 0:09 or 0:05 or whatever, how many seconds I have left on it. And it's perfect. You can see enemies anywhere and literally everywhere. As long as they're nearby you can see them through walls, through ceilings, through floors. You can see them through caves. If you're in buildings, you can see them. They could be 2 stories up and you can still see where they are as long as they're in a specific range, which is really, really nice, especially if you're somebody like me who's more of a sniper. I prefer to stay in the background and snipe with my weapon instead of being up there in the front with a giant auto rifle and just spewing bullets. I use mainly now a bow from the Forsaken. Apparently I cannot talk today. And my bow is actually just the one you get from the campaign. I actually haven't unlocked any of the other ones. However, with this bow, I've gotten a ton of flawless execution options and abilities, which is great, especially when I can just showcase them like this. The entire video on all the footage is centered around the flawless execution and my super. With that being said, I should probably introduce you to the actual super. The super is called Spectral Blades, and it's a mirrored version of the first one that I still can't remember. I think it's called Blade Dancer or something like that. That literally just came to me, which is really, really great. But it's a mirrored off version of that, but it's more powerful and it has these invisibility perks. So your character will wield 2 knives and they front flip before disappearing and becoming this purple tinted vision of air, pretty much, as they become invisible. And it's not very effective in Crucible because it's super popular for PvP, and players in particular can see you by the tint of purple and the fluctuating air. So it's not recommended to use that one in like Clash or Survival or anything where you're really against players or the crests. Instead, in a Crucible setting, it's more valuable to use it during Control and Iron Banner, where this way, if you spot an enemy sneaking up on you or farther away, you can snipe them down and continue to stay in the zone while being invisible, which in Iron Banner is key, because lately I've noticed that there's a lot of glitching in the Iron Banner, and so you don't always win even though you have held the zones the most and or the longest, which is really odd. But hopefully that's just a bug that'll get fixed. If you guys know if it's a bug or if it's well known or whatever, let me know. That'd be great. And then along with that, it's actually very strong against bosses in particular, that are ones that have legs, as I say this. They're not very effective against like hive wizards, but let's say like ogres or knights or fallen anything except for servitors, anything that's on the ground, this particular super mows through their health. But it's not quite as powerful as it could be. To make this super in particular work faster, you actually have to spam your melee button, which can be problematic because you don't always send your controller, or your keyboard doesn't quite send it fast enough to keep your speed going for the super. And while, yes, for the most part, each of these hits with the melee does about 3,000 to 4,000 damage depending on your light level and the area that you're in, it still doesn't do as much as it could. Let's say if I'm in the Dreaming City, which if you guys don't know where that is or you don't want any spoilers, don't worry about it. I'm not spoiling anything for the Dreaming City. Yes, I've gotten there. It's really annoying, but it's also great. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But my particular super can do 6,000 damage per melee hit on most bosses, which is awesome. But compared to, let's say, the Solar 1000 Blades new super, it's actually not as effective as it could be. The 1000 Blades explodes. All of the blades explode. Whereas, what if you used this particular super and still kept the Shadow Shot tethers? If you did that, I think this super would be unstoppable. But it's not as powerful as the other ones, and players can easily see you if you're in Crucible, and so it's really difficult to actually be able to play the super properly. I love the flawless execution. I have no problems with it, besides the fact that you have to crouch. That's kind of irritating, although after using it for about a month now, I've actually gotten pretty good at it, to the point where I'll instinctively just press the button to crouch, and then I'll get the precision shot, and then I'll get the flawless execution activated. At the same time, though, I mean, the actual super is kind of iffy, but at least there's other stuff besides the super. I mean, it does have a new special smoke bomb, which is awesome because you can actually kill Crucible players with it. I mean, I've done it twice, and I'm pretty sure they were really mad because if they have even low health, this stuff does 30 damage to players. And it does it about every 2 seconds. And so if you're in that smoke bomb for like 4 seconds, you're losing you're taking 60 damage, which doesn't seem like a lot, but for a player, that's actually a lot more damage than you think it would be. Okay, so hopefully I didn't sound too nerdy and too crazy. But hey, if you're new around here, why not click the like button down below and leave a comment to tell me what you think. I'm a massive Destiny and art nerd, so let me know in the comments what else you guys would like to see. Not to mention, I'm also going to be uploading a video where I talk about a book I'm publishing this December called Halted Destiny, a romance sci-fi, and you guys won't want to miss that either. I'll see you all around in the wildlands. Good luck, my tiger cubs.